Hi folks, in this video we are going to talk about the age-old stacker question. Should I stack silver or should I stack gold? And we're going to take a look at the gold-silver ratio as displayed in this visual aid right here. So we're here with Tim Roby from Roby Farm and the Roby store. Let's cover it. Okay, here we go. Hi folks, it's Silver Dave from local Silver Mint in Ware, New Hampshire. And as you might be aware, today we want to talk about gold or silver. Which one should I stack? But in order to answer this question, we're going to have to look at a lot of different data points. And we're going to look at the gold-silver ratio. First, let's take a look right in front of us. You're probably going to notice that we have 91 ounces of silver and 1 ounce of gold. And that's because the gold-silver ratio right now is 91 to 1. What that means is that 1 ounce of gold is equal in value to 91 ounces of silver. And so you can see there's a lot more silver weight that you're going to get than gold weight for the same amount of money. But what does that mean in terms of what I should get? What does it mean in terms of gain? What does it mean in terms of storability? What does it mean in terms of barter or tradability? So let's take a look and let's look at all these things and let's cover the data. Why don't you come on in and take a closer look at this gold and silver? And while you're basking in the silver and goldness, I want to take a moment to just say welcome to the new subscribers, new audience that are joining us right now. Welcome. Our last video, we asked for folks to subscribe and to click the notification bell and to comment in the comment thread that you did it so we could track the information. And I'm very grateful that so many people did that. And we got lots of data, and we got almost 1,500 new subscribers just from that last video. It's incredible. And so if you're watching, if you haven't subscribed, if you haven't clicked the notification bell, please do it. Click the subscribe, click the notification bell, and that way you can be tracked with new videos. Ready? Here we go. All you gotta do. And then you can enjoy our future videos. So thank you. And wow, look at that. Do you want that? Just rotating in your living room. Your wife comes out and she says, honey, I married the smartest man on the planet. Wow. Thanks, honey. So first, that the current gold-silver ratio at 91 to 1. Well, where does that fall in terms of historical data? Well, throughout most of the past 1,000 years around the world, 1 to 15 has been a typical ratio, meaning that 1 ounce of gold equals approximately 15 ounces of silver. And in the 1800s, in US currency, we can see that that holds true, that the conversion of gold to silver throughout the 1800s, before the Federal Reserve and before the Emergency Banking Act of 1933, which confiscated the gold from Americans, legally required Americans to turn in their gold for Federal Reserve notes. And prior to that time, the gold-silver ratio in America was 1 to 16. Also, interestingly enough, the Roman Empire set the gold-silver ratio at 12 to 1. And they set it and said that gold, 1 ounce of gold was equal to 12 ounces of silver. And interestingly enough, in 1934, when President Roosevelt fixed the gold price at $35 an ounce, the silver-gold ratio went to an all-time high of 98 to 1. And that was in 1934. For a very short period of time, we saw 98 to 1 gold-silver ratio. Note, that's the highest that it's ever been that I know of in my research. So with that being said, we can see that the gold-silver ratio has been anywhere from 1 to 9, 1 to 12, 1 to 15, and even as high as 1 to 98 for like a week. And so right now it's not 1 to 91, which is very high in my opinion relative to most of those different numbers that we've looked at. With that being said, let's take a look at a little bit more information. And that the next piece is gold versus silver recycling. Most of the gold that exists above the surface of the earth today is mostly the same gold that has been above the surface of the earth for the past 100 years. And that's because when there's a $2 gold part in a phone or a computer, someone does the work to extract that gold. But when there's a 6-cent piece of silver in there, it gets tossed in the landfill. And so as a result of that, most gold is recycled, whereas most of the silver in industrial use gets consumed by industry. So every year, that silver consumption, it plays a big part in this. Also, that is a lot of the reason why silver is known to be much more volatile than gold, because of the fact that it's being consumed. And some years, the silver production isn't enough to meet the demands of industry, and so that's when we see a rise in the silver price. Of course, gold and silver usually relate to dollar inflation as well, but because of that consumption of silver for industry, that adds an additional volatility factor to silver. Another piece of information I want to share with you is that there is approximately, from a geological standpoint, there is approximately 10 times as much silver in the surface of the earth as there is gold. And so, geologically, 10 times as much silver as gold. That's an important piece of information to keep in mind. Now, as we go forward a little further, in 2017, the Securities Exchange Commission changed the rules for approved Wall Street traders, their friends. And they said that they no longer had to have reserve requirements for holdings when they sell future contracts for silver and gold. So it largely has become a free-for-all that the commodities traders can sell contracts, promises for silver and gold in the future, regardless of what their silver holdings look like. Now, when we look at the paper-silver ratio, that's how much silver is being sold on paper versus how much silver is being produced, we can see that there is approximately 380 ounces of silver being sold on paper for every 1 ounce of silver produced. And simultaneously, there is approximately 120 ounces of gold being sold on paper for every 1 ounce of gold produced. And so we can see there's a lot more paper silver being sold than paper gold. And I think that has a lot to do with the fact that it is harder to track silver than gold, which in turn is why the Wall Street commodities traders can flim-flam the numbers more with silver than gold, and thus sell more paper silver than gold and get away with it. Welcome, sir. Okay, great. All right, we're going to take a quick pause. We're coming right back to the video. We're going to have this quick interaction with the customer and see what he has to say. So we're here with Tim Roby from Roby Farm and the Roby store, and I'm excited because they are accepting gold backs, and as of now, they're accepting 1/10 ounce silver for barters and trades. So we're really excited to see that, and so we just had this moment. Why are you going to take silver and gold for your merchandise?
Well, we sell the highest quality of beef, pork, poultry, milk, cheese, and eggs. And we accept garbage fiat currency. We do accept that. However, I would prefer honest money, sound money. I explain this to my customers as they come in. Some of them do spend silver and gold at my store. The more the better. I'm a big fan of yours, Dave. And
Thank you.
the Roby farm is like you mint the silver. You're not just another coin shop. You're minting the silver. I'm not just another store. We grow the animals at our farm. So like you, we're very independent and savvy about the enslavement of mankind at the hands of the Federal Reserve System. So I'm happy to enter into this partnership. Makes me very happy.
Well, so that's fantastic. So Tim, thank you so much. If you folks want to get the local source, their locally raised meat that they themselves raise the meat, they take care of the animals. If you want to get some of those local goods from the Roby store, which is in Hooksett, is where your main store is. So then you can go and do it, and now you can pay with 1/10 ounce silver from local silver mint. They probably take other types of silver there too. It just so happens ours is very divisible, makes it work well. So if you want to do that, do it. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Tim. All right, fantastic.
And let me ask, what are your hours at your store?
We're open from Wednesday through Sunday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. And make sure and check out the Roby farm itself up in Piermont, New Hampshire.
And what's your phone number?
The phone number at the store, oh boy, 485-7761, I believe.
Okay.
They tested him out.
Anything?
Yeah.
Anything else you want the folks to know?
Yeah, you can check us out as the Roby Store on Facebook and Instagram, and therobystore.com is our website. So,
what's your favorite product that you sell?
we sell a lot of beef. You can't beat Roby Farm burger or steak. But then again, the dairy's right up there. My brother makes amazing raw milk cheese, so you gotta check that out too.
Wow, that's very nice.
I know I'm gonna head up there. It's great to meet you today. Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you very much. So I'll tell you, I'm feeling a little antsy just standing still. I kind of want to walk around the showroom and see all these beautiful silver and gold items. All right, so let's do it. Let's take a little walk. All right, so now that I feel a little better already. I know some people have said, oh, Dave, don't walk around the room, I get dizzy as I fall over. Dave, don't walk around the room, I get dizzy. Look, this is practice. You got to stay focused on your goal, even if it gets a little wiggly. So with all that information that I just shared, because of the paper silver and gold really complicates things, but I think that has a lot to do with the current silver gold ratio being where it is. Because the silver gold ratio has typically been so much lower than 1 to 91, that it's been more like 1 to 15, 1 to 12, 1 to 16. It makes me feel like silver is tremendously undervalued relative to gold. And so, one of the reasons why I really like silver is because I see a lot more percentage gain potential. I think that the silver price has to catch up to gold in order to get back in balance. Now, I think the gold price is going to go up, but in order for the silver price to catch up to it, it has to go even more. So, in a nutshell, I think that the silver price, percentage-wise, is going to go up more, but that's not the only factor. And so, the next piece of information is that I like silver for the spendability of it. I like the idea that if there's a financial issue, a financial catastrophe, which by the way, happens over and over again throughout history. For people to think that the times of Great Depression or financial calamities, that if for people who think, no, that's over, that's just a thing of the past, it'll never happen again, well, I have news for you. It happens over and over and over again throughout history, especially when governments inflate their fiat currency to the point of destroying it. And right now we're watching that the entire world is in a financial predicament. Almost all of the countries are inflating their currency faster and faster. The US government is $36 trillion in debt and rapidly going faster and faster. They're $2 trillion over budget. So that means that at a minimum they have to borrow $2 trillion a year just to keep paying for what they're paying for, not counting the interest, which is another $1 trillion. So it's quite a situation. And so that being said, I see myself buying basic supplies with silver in the event of a financial calamity. And why I say silver instead of gold is that if you need a dozen eggs or a basket of vegetables, you can buy that with an ounce of silver, or better yet, a tenth of an ounce of silver. But if you have gold, an ounce of gold for $2,750, it's going to be hard to buy a basket of vegetables or a dozen eggs from your neighbor down the street with an ounce of gold. Even a tenth of an ounce of gold at $280. It's pretty hard to buy those basic essentials. So that's where I see gold for very big purchases, like you're going to buy land or a truck, and I see silver for smaller, more basic essential purchases. And so that's one more reason why I like silver, for the spendability of it. Now, the next thing is size. If you have limited space, well, gold is going to be a lot of value in a very compact amount of space. Let's say you have your go bag, and you have like your emergency go bag where you have your basic supplies, and that if you have to make a run for it into the woods, you're going to take it with you. Well, you may want to have an ounce of gold in there, because an ounce of gold is probably going to get you out of almost any big problem that you have. And it's lightweight and compact. While simultaneously, the equivalent value in silver is going to be about 8 pounds. 8 pounds of silver in your bag versus 1 ounce of gold in your bag. Might be a little bit easier to have an ounce of gold in your go bag and that compact, lightweight, high value. So for that application, gold might be a thing. Also, gold, a lot less volatile than silver. So one more reason why gold is good in that it's less volatile, it's a lot more stable. Silver is susceptible to market shortages and or overages, which will influence that silver price more so than gold. So those are all things that you want to take in consideration. But based on the fact that gold is 1/10 as plentiful as silver, and that it's typically been a 1-to-15 ratio, I think that there's a lot more gain potential with silver. I think there's a lot more spendability with silver. And so if you asked me, Silver Dave, what do you stack more of? And the answer is obviously silver. I stack a lot more silver. And as long as the silver to gold ratio is 1-to-90, I would stack silver. However, if the silver gold ratio started going down 1-to-20 or lower, then I might feel slightly different, though I still like the spendability of silver, that I can barter with it easier. So that also would be a factor. But what should you stack depends on what calls to you. Maybe you're going to focus on silver. Maybe you're going to focus on gold. Maybe you're going to focus some of each. And regardless of what you buy, we have it. We have lots of gold and silver here at our showroom in Ware, New Hampshire. And so whichever one it is, we have it in stock. We can sell it to you. We want you to be happy. And so with that really the main choice is yours. It really comes down to what you think makes the most sense for you. But if you ask me, for me, stacking silver is my main focus, accumulating silver. But I have some gold, I have some platinum, I have some stones, I have some other things like I stack maple syrup, I stack lighters and candles because I think those supplies might be useful as a barter tool or a trade tool. So you can have some diversity. I stack bullets, I stack steel tools, if you know what I mean. So those are all things that might be good. Anyway, so with that being said, decide what you want to do and do what makes the most sense for you. But also, one more thing I just want to say, and that is that if you like this video, if you like this content we're producing, then please click on the subscribe button, click the notification bell so that you can be notified when we produce new videos. We need your help, and we want you to join us and follow our content and share our content with your friends if you think that they need to hear it. And so with that, I thank you for your help, and also thank you for watching these videos. Thank you if you've been a customer and you've bought stuff from us. We really thank you. We appreciate your business. And so, in closing, I'm Silver Dave at Local Silver Mint, reminding you to stack it up! Oh yeah!